So I've taken literally, probably, I've taken about 3 attempts to do this video, and the first one ended up, I didn't want tears and snot flying all over the place. I just wanted to get the story out. So on the 3rd attempt, I managed it. So the next clip is going to be me managing the story and explaining a bit about the accident that I had, a bit about me losing Parker, a bit about Johnny going to my friend Katie as a result of the accident, and a bit about, well, backstory behind my new ROR sergeant. I might insert some clips of my injuries and things, so it might be a bit of a trigger. So this is just a bit of a trigger warning. But yeah, I'll put the clip in. Now I've managed to tell the story for 10 minutes. I feel like I just want to give you a bit of background, a bit of backstory to why Sergeant has kind of come into my life. And I feel like if I address this and do it just once, then I don't need to kind of keep half referring to it throughout other vlogs. Just kind of get it done, basically. So we're now in May. So on the 18th of March, I'd had a really bad day. I'd had a really, really bad day. And I'd actually been in the police station all day that day in Skegness. Don't worry, I hadn't done anything wrong. But I'd been in the police station all day. I hadn't had any sleep, really, or much sleep the night before. And when I came back from the police station, I sat down and thought I could really just do with going to bed. But what I'm going to do is just go for a ride. I know you shouldn't have your favourites, but I took Parker, who's my long-standing horse, and I thought I'll just go for a lovely hike. It was bright sunshine, it was tea time, it was really sunny. I thought I'll just go for a hike and clear my head. That'll be lovely. And so I did. I went for a hike. I love talking to the phone and then somebody pulls up next to you. You don't feel silly much. So I went for a hike and just to clear my head, and I just remember it was bright and sunshine, and I got just to the bottom of our road, and I remember looking down thinking, this is absolutely perfect. The sun's shining, Parker's just relaxed, mooching along, and yeah, that was my last thought. I just thought, this is perfection. And then the next memory I had, well, the next thing that happened, it was quiet, it was still, there was no wind, and then suddenly just a bang, and I just remember this pushing forward, and realised that I'd been hit, and I basically went up on to the bonnet, hit the window screen, me and Parker. I was kind of still on Parker. We both went up onto the bonnet, hit the window screen, and then we both went together and fell down onto the passenger side, near the passenger side wheel, the car wheel. At this point, Parker was stuck on me. I don't know if I had my foot in the stirrup or what still by this point. It's just because it just happens incredibly quickly. But he basically was like wiggling on me and was stuck on me. And I didn't know what was happening at the time, but he got his foot stuck, he got his leg stuck under the car, basically. So he was trying to, I didn't know this at the time, but my husband retrieved the shoe. But he got his foot stuck under the car where we dropped. And so he was trying to wriggle free, which obviously was wriggling on the top of me. So I just remember my right leg from the knee down was just like getting embedded into the road. My body had landed on the grass verge, the grass bit at the side, because we were way on the left side of the road. Anyway, he pulled free, ripped his shoe off, and tried to walk away and trotted away a little bit, incredibly lame. And adrenaline, I literally thought somebody was trying to kill me. Like I didn't know what was going on, because I just thought I was on the proper side of the road, on the left side of the road, even half on the grass verge. Like I wasn't, I was right over. It was an electric car, so I didn't hear a thing, but it was blinding. You come round that corner, the sun hits you through them trees and it's completely blind. And it was a massive accident, and the woman didn't see me and she just hit us. And so, to cut a long story short, my horse didn't survive from his injuries. The vet had to come and put him down. Obviously the serious injury was to his leg, but he was also colicking, and he would have, for any chance for that leg, he would have needed referring and travelling to Rainbow. But he was colicking, and yeah, that was the ending for Parker. And I was in hospital at the time. The ambulance came to take me. Luckily, I think Parker saved my life, because I had a broken ankle, an avulsion fracture and some soft tissue injuries, but actually nothing else. Like my body was fine, my head was fine. It was just literally my right leg from the knee down. So moving on from that, that was a massive, pure, horrific, horrible accident. I don't blame the lady. She was horrified. I was horrified. I just remember the scene of us both like being like parrots, just repeating to each other. I was just in the road saying, you hit me. And she was just looking back at me saying, I didn't see you. And she was, and I just, that's on pause. That's like on stuck on in my brain at the minute. And the most haunting bit, is the fact that I shouted Parker from in the road. I shouted because he was trying to get away, because he was petrified, obviously. And because I could see he was like seriously lame. And he did stop and he did look back. And that's the bit that haunts me, because he looked back, and in my mind I wanted to get up and run down the road and get him. But I couldn't, because just from the knee down on my right leg was just like, I realised how much agony it was, and there was no way I was going to go anywhere other than the grass verge on the other side of the road, and just kind of hung around there for the ambulance to come. But I just remember him looking back at me, and I just know that he must have looked round and thought, are you coming, can you come and help me? Like, why are you just there? Come and get me, come and help me. And I couldn't. So that's the fairly haunting bit. I'm going to fast forward, because and it's taken literally 2 months longer to tell this tale like this, but inevitably that was going to leave me incredibly jumpy, which it did. So I spent the immediate month after that jumping out of my skin, dropping a teaspoon on the floor, a coats in the background, if anything caught my eye, just jumping out of my skin, crying a lot, more frustration crying, because I just thought, why am I so jumpy? I was so angry with electric cars. I feel like I still am. I'm so sorry if you've got an electric car, but so angry with them, because you can't hear them. You cannot hear anything. So just anger, upset, everything, and incredibly jumpy and incredibly tearful. Anyway, moving on. Hacking? No more. I didn't want to hack anymore. I just thought, what is the point? I'm not going to do this. I had a boot on anyway, because I had a break. But I thought, I'm not hacking. I have to find a plan. and I have to have a solution to things. And I thought, I am hacking if it is an absolute necessity. If the horse that I'm riding is completely sick of the school or getting sour, or I need to get from A to B for some reason, but hacking is going to be a pure necessity, not an enjoyment. Yeah, and that's it. So Minty, my ex-race horse, not a problem. Not a problem. He's like a little coiled spring boinging around the arena, ears pricked. He will go in the arena every single day. Tractors passing me every single day and not care. Johnny was worrying me. Johnny was my 19-year-old horse, still is my 19-year-old horse, who is perfect, doesn't put a foot wrong, is absolutely perfect. But I'll be honest with you, hates my school, hated my school, was so like just not off the leg in there, didn't really want to go forward in there. It was a battle in my arena. It was better just going, getting boxed up and go to a lesson or a clinic or something. But the crux of it is, he's 19 years old and he needed hacking. He needed hacking the majority of his riding life as opposed to in the school, because he's 19 and a big lad. And I needed to sort that problem and not stress about it. So my good friend Katie, who also teaches for me on the massage courses, lost her horse Western and wanted something to hack with her daughter, go to the beach with her daughter, because her daughter's now flying, galloping around on her own pony, and Katie's just stood there like a lemon watching her go. And so I said, Katie, take Johnny, please. You're the best home. You're the most knowledgeable. You love your horses. Johnny will absolutely love going out, chaperoning your daughter on the beach and hacking every day. And I just can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want the stress of doing it. I don't want to worry about doing it. I just don't want to hack. And if I do, it's going to be a necessity. So please take Johnny. He's gone there. He's loving it. Katie's loving him. He's living his best 19-year-old life. And replacing Parker is just a bit of a no-no. I can't replace any horse. You just can't replace things. But where my love does lie and where my passion lies is mending things, rehabbing, physioing. I absolutely love the racehorses and I love the ROR stuff, and I love just taking a racehorse whose body needs completely resetting, rewinding, getting to the bottom of all their kind of issues that arise obviously when they come out of racing and the body lets go and lets down. And that's where my passion lies. I'm not a very competitive person. I do go to shows. I don't even call it a competition. I call it a show, because for me it's a day out. Take a picnic, buy a burger, make sure the horse is happy in the lorry, get loads of hay and snacks and have a lovely time, a lovely day out. It's not actually about results for me. I'm more clinics, camps, lessons, outings, that kind of thing. So for the RORs, that's just kind of perfect, because I can just spend the time. I don't care if I go back to walk and trot tests. I can just spend the time sorting out their gut, sorting out their backs. I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I have the finances, so I can, if they need back x-rays, if they need scans, if they need scoping, if they need treating for ulcers, I'm happy to do that. And there isn't many people in that lucky position. I can just save my money, because we are farmers. It's our hay, it's our bedding, it's our grazing. I'm not paying livery costs. So if there are extra costs involved, like scoping and things, like most of the thoroughbreds do need, I'm in a position to be able to do that. So it just makes perfect sense for me for the racehorses, and I just feel like I want to look after something and mend something, whether it's a mental thing, I don't know. So that's how my new ROR came about. Sergeant Stone Soldier is his racing name, because he was a flat racer and he'd had a year in a field and then been started again in December. that's just like my perfect opportunity, something for the massage school that my students can use, and something that I can just go through the whole process of retraining, reschooling, getting the body right, the posture, everything, just adapting to a new way of life, and taking the stress off having to hack my 19-year-old horse every day, basically, because it's not something I wish to do. So I'll pop up a couple of images of my poorly leg and things when it was at its worst in its boot. The boot's off. As you can see from the last vlog, the boot is off and I'm riding. And I'm also the NFU of the driver, who again, I don't blame. She couldn't see, she was blinded, it was blind, the sun was a nightmare. I don't blame her. It was a tragic accident. She's mortified. But her insurers, the NFU, have given me kindly some CBT sessions. No, not CBT, EMDR. And it's really helped with me jumping out of my skin. It's really helped with the stuck memories of, I got fixated, stuck on the road, in the road. Those memories of looking back at Parker, he looked back at me, I couldn't get to help him, and I'm sure he was just looking, thinking, can you come? And that pushing forward thing in my head was just like haunting me a little bit. So the EMDR has really helped me with that. So that is the story behind the sergeant coming and taking 2 months to be able to say it all, basically. So that's the sad, that's it.